How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to a new video. So today you can see I'm a little bit different. I've changed my skin up a little bit, so I've not got such beady eyes anymore because my profile picture doesn't have beady eyes. But yeah, so I hope you guys like it. Today this is a video about the ice and fire mod. So basically I'm only showing you like the regular mobs. I'm not showing any mini bosses. They'll be in a separate video, and I'm also not showing the Myrmex or Myrmex. They'll also be in another video because there's so much you have to do with those. It's just easier to put them all in one video. So yeah, I'll be going through things like the Pixie, the Sea Serpent, the Cockatrice, everything like that. Yeah, let's get straight into it. So the first mob we have is the Pixie. Now, the Pixies have around 10 health points, which is 5 hearts. As you can see, they come in a range of different colours, and we'll get to that in a second. So you'll find these in the dark oak forests, the ones with the thick trees, and they'll be in little villages living in these little hovels. So you can get different types of hovels. So you can get the oak wood hovel, birch wood, spruce wood, dark oak, the brown mushroom, and the red mushroom hovels. Now, occasionally you just went into one of the hovels itself. They will just sometimes do that, and you can't get them out, unfortunately. But there we go, here we go. So they are passive, so if you do attack them, they won't actually attack you back. So if yeah, forgot about that. Okay, so what they will do though is steal your items and any stackable item that is in your inventory. So if I attack it, it will drop it. It should drop it. It's not dropping it. I keep coming across this glitch. So what's supposed to happen is that when you hit them, they're supposed to drop it. Because otherwise... Oh, there we go. Managed to get one of them back. I guess you just got to persevere with it. Give me that one. I need that one. Thank you. They will only take stackable items that are in your inventory, not your hotbar. So yeah, they can be very annoying. However, obviously, as you saw, when they take the item, you get a little bit of nausea for a couple seconds. So yeah, you can actually tame these guys. So if you have a cake and you just throw it down, one of the pixies will go over to it. When you tame one, you can make it sit and you can make it follow. However, when they follow you, each coloured fairy gives you a different type of buff. So the blue fairy gives you extra speed. The yellow fairy gives you haste. The green fairy gives you luck. The pink one will give you strength, and purple one will give you a jump boost. So if you do kill one of these, it will drop a couple of things. So one of the things it will drop is pixie dust. So the pixie dust can be used as a couple of things. So one, you can just eat it, and what it will do, it will give half a hunger. However, it will also give the user levitation, luck, and glowing for a couple of seconds. So yeah, so levitation means that you will just start levitating upwards. So if for a couple of seconds, it's not going to be very useful because it'll probably lift you up and then chuck you back down again. It can also be used to create ambrosia. Now, to create ambrosia, what you need is a bowl and some pixie dust. So what ambrosia does, it will give you absorption 3, jump boost 3, luck 3, and strength 3 for 3 minutes. So yeah, this is actually quite useful, and it's very easy to make. So yeah, definitely use this if you can. Another thing it can also be used for is ammo for the pixie wand. Now the pixie wand, I'll show you what it does. There we go. It does 2.5 hearts of damage, which is 5 health points. So that's actually quite cool because it makes them glow for a second. So if they go behind a wall or something, you can find it. So yeah, that's quite cool. So that's pretty much what you can do with the pixie dust. Another thing which the pixies will drop, and it has a 2.5% chance of dropping, is the pixie wings. Now the pixie wings can be used only to create the pixie wand, along with a blaze rod and a diamond. So if I maybe go and shoot a pig, there we go, it will levitate. And it will also glow. So pretty much it will do what the pixie dust will do if you eat it, to make you glow, levitate. Eventually you'll fall, and it will deal some damage to you. So yeah, you've got to be a bit careful with that. Now, another couple of things you can do with pixies. So say if my pixie was hurt, you can actually heal pixies with sugar, but they have to be tamed. And then what you can also do is you can actually capture a pixie in a jar. So what you need to do is just literally right click on a random pixie. There we go, and you get yourself a pixie. Now, you can also place these down. I believe these might actually give you light. Yeah, so they do glow, like the other pixies do in the dark. And what they'll do eventually, once it's sat down, it will drop some pixie dust for you. However, if you do break the glass, the pixie will be free, like so. So yeah, they are quite useful. There's quite a lot to them, instead of just being annoying little shits that fly around when you're trying to explore and steal your stuff. But yeah, apart from that, there's not much else to it. So let's move on to the next mob. So the next mob we have is the Hippocampus. The Hippocampus has 40 health points, which is around 20 hearts. They are completely passive, so even if you do attack one, they won't attack you, they'll just scurry away. You can find these guys in the oceans and in the deep oceans, and you can also tame them. So what you need to have is some kelp, and what they'll do, they'll come towards you, like so. So let's get the red one. and you have to give it a couple. That one was very lucky. I only needed a couple to make him your friend. So yeah, once they're tamed, you can actually ride these guys. So the easiest way to do this is to have some kelp, get them close to you, but you need to shift right click them with an empty hand. There we go. So what you can do, you can add a saddle on them, you can also add a chest on them for extra inventory space, and you can also put horse armor on it. You can actually command these guys with a stick, so if you get close to it, you can get it to stay, like so, and it does that awesome like little animation thing, or you can get it to wander, so these guys won't follow you unless you do have some kelp on you or something. So if you do kill these, they will actually drop some shiny scales and a hippocampus fin. Now with the shiny scales, you can actually create quite a lot of things with it. So one of them is the Tide Guardian armor, so this actually allows you to have unlimited water breathing underwater, and it also increases your strength whilst you're underwater. You can also create a water breathing potion, so you can create potions of water breathing, either with a pufferfish in some awkward potions. Probably the same, you need awkward potions with shiny scales. Another thing you can also create is a siren flute. Now the siren flute actually makes the target fall in love with you for about 10 seconds, so basically they'll become passive for around 10 seconds or so, like it says in the description there. So yeah, they are quite useful. Obviously you can create loads of different types of Tide Guardian armor, but you need sea serpent scales, which we'll get to later in the video. Now with the hippocampus fin, you can create yourself a hippocampus slapper. So with the hippocampus slapper, so you will just need a stick and a hippocampus fin to craft it. The hippocampus fin, it's very rare. It's a 2.5% chance to drop one when you do kill one, but what you basically do with the hippocampus slapper is that it deals about 2 health points of damage, which is about heart, but it will also apply nausea and slowness for 5 seconds to that target. You can actually breed these guys with prismarine crystals, so see if I get my red one, do with the green one, what they'll do is create a baby. Okay, so they seem to be struggling to do it, so we'll just leave them to it. Maybe they'll do it eventually, I don't know. So obviously I haven't actually shown you what they're like when you ride them, so I'll basically show you the speed you go in a boat. So you go pretty fast, you go faster than you swim. However, if I get a hippocampus, I go even faster, like so. So yeah, as you can see, we go at the speed of light. We go so fast. Yeah, this is amazing. So these guys, like I said, they won't attack for you, so these are just a very, very quick way of getting across some oceans or some water. They're so useful. I mean, look how fast they're going. If you can find one, I definitely recommend getting one. They do, however, go very slow on land, so let's just quickly go on here. You'll see. So yeah, they won't ever want to go on land, really. They will just stay in the oceans. However, as you can see, they're so slow compared to going in water, where they're fastest things in the world. And also, when you are riding the hippocampus, you get unlimited water breathing, so you don't need Tide Guardian armor to ride one. So yeah, this is pretty good. Apart from that, there's not much else to it, so let's move on to the next mob. So, the next mob we have are the Sirens. So, the Sirens have around 50 health points, which is around 25 hearts. They can be found on Siren Islands, which are like these sort of things, which can be found just in oceans. Well, there's 2 different forms of it. There's the Mermaid, which is passive, and there's the Naga, which isn't passive. So, basically, the Mermaid will lure you in. I'll show you actually. So, what it will do, it will lure you in like so, and what you can do, you can actually try and shift to try and swim away, but yeah, if not, you will start to get attacked by the Naga, which is unfortunate. It's actually really hard to try and get away, but yeah, what the Naga will do, it will hurt you like so. It does around 3 health of damage, which is 6 health points. Obviously, they're not tameable. However, if you do manage to kill one before they kill you, they can drop 1 to 5 shiny scales, 0 to 3 prismarine shards, 1 to 5 prismarine crystals, and then you have a 2.5% chance of dropping 1 siren tear. Now, as I've already mentioned before, the shiny scales are used to create the siren flute and the Tide Guardian armor, and they can also be used to create the water breathing potion. With the siren tear, you can only make the siren flute with it. So with the siren flute, it makes the targeted enemy passive for around 10 seconds or so. So let me quickly show what I mean. So if I get a creeper, what I can do, I can use the siren flute on it, and it'll be friendly. Okay, maybe not. Okay, so maybe not the creeper. But if I use like a zombie or something, and it starts to attack me at night, I can just use this, and it will basically make it passive, and it won't come towards me. Obviously, it didn't really work with the creeper, I guess, because what it does, it basically freezes it in place, and then it sort of ignores you. So another thing with the sirens, if you use earplugs, that you will actually be immune to the siren song. So basically, to craft the earplugs, all you need to do is just have 2 wooden planks next to each other. So yeah, it's actually very easy to craft, and it's actually so useful. So if I equip them, I basically have this sort of thing on my head. As you can see, either side of my head, I've like got earplugs in, and what it will do, it will make you immune to the siren songs. However, don't get too close because the sirens will start to attack you if you do get, I think it's around within 3 blocks of them. So yeah, don't be too cocky with it. As well, if any nearby sirens, so say if this siren, there's one with the black hair, was over here and it manages to hit you, any nearby sirens, so like these two over here, these will also start to attack you even if you're not close to them. And there are 3 different skins for it. So you have the mermaid with the black hair, the mermaid with the blonde hair, and you also get mermaid with some red hair. So let me try and spawn it in for you so you can see. There we go, like so. So yeah, and then once they do change, they change their skin as well. And there are so many of them, so I've got to be careful. But they keep the same hair color, which is actually quite cool. Apart from that, there's not much else to it, so let's move on to the next mob. Okay, so the next mob we have is the Sea Serpent. The Sea Serpents can have a minimum of 20 health points, which is around 10 hearts. I believe this is the smallest the Sea Serpent can get. This is probably the largest. I didn't realize how big it was. And this will have more health, but unfortunately it won't actually tell me, which is really annoying. But as you can see, it will probably have a lot of health. So these guys aren't passive and they will attack anything it sees. It does massive amount of damage, so it will basically kill me if I try to attack it with no armor on. But basically what it does, there's a couple of ways it can actually attack. So one of them is that it will, if it sees prey from far away, what it will do, it will shoot a ball of basically boiling water at the target. Okay, let me try and get in. Ow! Damn it! So yeah, as you see, it does a lot of damage. I can't actually show you what I want to because it just won't work. So yeah, basically what it will do, it will shoot basically a jet of boiling water towards target, so me, or anything it can see, so it can even be a fish. And when it does, it will constantly do damage over time. But as you saw, it does massive amount of damage if it can bite me, if it's that close to me. However, if you're in a boat or if you're close to shore, it will actually jump out of the water, and the impact of it landing on you or landing close to you will do large amounts of damage. And obviously that really depends on the size of the Sea Serpent. So obviously this guy will do a lot more damage than this guy, and they are not tameable. If you manage to kill one of these, they will drop Sea Serpent scales. I think it's around 1 to 20 depending on the size and the color, and it will drop 1 to 3 Sea Serpent fangs. Obviously varies with size as well, and it also have a 2.5% chance to drop Sea Serpent skull. Now Sea Serpent skull is basically just used as decoration on roofs, floors, and on walls. The type of Sea Serpent come in a range of different colors. It can come in blue, deep blue, teal, green, purple, bronze, and red. And obviously the color of the Sea Serpent will drop the corresponding colored scale. Now with the Sea Serpent scales, you can actually craft quite a few things with it. So if we use the blue one, for example, with shiny scales, you can actually craft some armor. So you can craft the Tide Guardian armor. You can also craft the Tide Arrow. So Tide Arrows, basically, they're not affected by water. So if you shoot arrows underwater, they won't, they'll just go as far as like a normal arrow would. You can also craft a block of the Sea Serpent scale, for which it has to be all the same color though. And another thing you can do with the Sea Serpent scales is craft a Tide Trident. So let me show you what it's like. So the Tide Trident has 13 attack damage and 1.1 attack speed, and it basically is used like a normal trident. So when you attempt to throw it, go like so. I don't believe it does come back, so you will have to go and collect it. And another thing is that if it comes into contact with leaves, it will destroy it. So if it's chasing you through a forest on land, it will destroy all the leaves in its way. So if I get some, like, maybe oak leaves or something, and I use it here, there you go. As you can see, I'm placing it down and it's just being destroyed by the Sea Serpent. So yeah, so let me show you what the Tide Arrow is like. So if I use a Tide Arrow, basically not induated by water, so it's not affected by water. And if I use a normal arrow, you'll see the difference. It hardly goes anywhere, and it will just drop to the floor and like that little animation. So yeah, apart from that, there's not actually much else to the Sea Serpent. That's pretty much it. You just got to be very careful when you're traveling across oceans, because these guys will chase you down and they can swim faster than a boat. So yeah, if you have a hippocampus, it's very much recommended that you use that to cross oceans instead of boats. So yeah, let's move on to the next mob. So the next mob we have is the Cockatrice. Now these guys have 40 health points, which is 20 hearts. They can be found in the savannas, and they are not passive whatsoever. So it's quite strange how they attack. So if you look at them and it looks at you, so basically your crosshair is on them, you'll gain slowness, nausea 2, and wither 2 for as long as you're looking at it. If you try to look away, it will run directly in front of you and keep attacking you, and it deals around 5 health points of damage, which is 2.5 hearts. So let me show you what I mean. There you go, and I try and look away. It keeps running in front of me. Oh, okay, well, damn it. No. Oh shit, that's not supposed to happen. I didn't realize it can fit through that gap. So you can actually tame them though. So if I get myself some diamond armor, I'll basically show you how it's done. What you need to do is constantly look at it. I've got to really persevere with it. Okay, so it doesn't seem to be working the way I want it to. Nothing seems to be working. So what's supposed to happen is that it will eventually stop attacking you, and it will basically be tamed. However, another way you can get these guys is if you throw a rotten egg. Now, you literally spawn it like you would a normal chicken. You just gotta persevere with it. There we go. So yeah, so with these guys, what you can do, you can make it sit, follow, patrol the area within a fixed 50 blocks radius, or you can make it wander. So let's make it sit for now. And what it will also do is protect you by attacking anything that attacks you. So let's say we get, there you go, and it will use its same attack on the zombie as it did on me. So yeah, these guys, they're quite powerful. So some things that the Cockatrice might drop if you manage to kill one is 0 to 3 feathers, 1 to 3 pieces of chicken. It would also give you 0 to 2 wither bones. It'll also give you a 2.5% chance to give you a Cockatrice eye, and a 2.5% chance to give you a Cockatrice skull. So as per usual, the Cockatrice skulls are basically just used as decoration. You can just hang them anywhere. The wither bones can actually be used to create a range of different dragon bone tools, like a sword and a pickaxe. And it can also be used to create 3 wither bone shards if you just literally put the wither bone in your crafting inventory. Now, with the Cockatrice eye, you can actually create a Cockatrice scepter. So if I get the scepter out, what this does, it withers the target that you look at. So we can, there we go, and we just can keep using just like the Cockatrice did on us. So if my Cockatrice did get hurt, what you can do, you can use seeds to heal it. So you just literally give it to it like so. Or you can actually drop rotten flesh near it and it will eat it. So there we go, they just go like that. So you can't breed these, and they actually come in a range of different colors. So this one is a female because it's white and it has a brown tail, and a male would be one over there where it has the sort of brown skin and the green tail. Pretty much a female chick is exactly the same as the female Cockatrice when it grows up, and the male is pretty much exactly the same as the male chick, except from it looks a bit more yellow. So if I put on a blindfold, it will give me like this sort of animation. It actually looks really cool, and I have a Cockatrice. If I look at it, it won't actually do any damage to me because obviously I can't see it. However, if you attack it, it will still try its best to attack you. So yeah, it will still attack you even if you are blindfolded, but it won't give you any nausea with anything like that. So that's really cool. So another cool thing, if I have a chicken here, I have a couple of them, what it'll basically do, the Cockatrice will protect chickens, which is really cool. And they basically say it's because they're born out of an egg themselves. So yeah, that's really awesome. Apart from that, there's not really much else to the Cockatrice, but yeah, they're pretty cool. If you can get some rotten eggs, they're definitely worth hatching. So I'm just going to call the video there for today. Sorry that I've only gone through half of the mobs. I didn't realize how many mobs there were that I needed to go through. So yeah, I'm going to make a part 2 to this, and this will come out within the week. Sorry for the no uploads throughout the week. I've had a bit of a busy one again. But yeah, also thank you so much for 500 subscribers. I keep forgetting to say. So yeah, I really do appreciate it. But yeah, if you haven't already, please subscribe down below. I do try my best to upload as many as possible a week. Right now it's like 1, maybe 2. Hi Spider. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed. Next part will be out sometime this week. Please leave a like, comment and subscribe down below. I really do appreciate it. And I'll catch you all in the next video. Bye.